shift our focus to the second semi-final match, and it features another clash between teams from the same region as China's Starhorn Royal Club takes on their LPL rivals OMG. Royal Club advanced to the semi-finals after a hard-fought victory over the top-ranked Chinese squad Edward Gaming. It was the closest of the 4 quarter-final series as Starhorn Royal Club and Edward Gaming went blow for blow and went the full 5 matches.
They are led by Uzi's incredible Twitch mechanics and 18 kills. Starhorn Royal Club locked down the first 2 matches, but Edward Gaming battled back with the bloodiest game of Worlds so far with 54 total kills in Game 3, and they took another victory to force a Game 5. However, Royal Club recovered and took down Edward Gaming in the longest bout in that series and finally secured their spot in the semifinals. And by advancing, Starhorn Royal Club now has a chance to be the first team in league history to make it to the World Championship Finals twice.
And we'll see if they can do that. Standing in their way of history, however, is OMG. And in the last quarterfinal series, the Chinese team stunned by crushing a Korean squad in the only 3-0 series of the quarterfinal round. Only Freak and Doublelift had their heads in the cloud supporting OMG's victory, and that makes OMG only the second team to take down a Korean team in a best-of series at Worlds, although the Taipei Assassins did manage to do it twice before them.
Of course, the last-minute roster swap of Cloud for Dada 777 at support paid off huge for the team. Cloud racked up a 12.0 KDA and 47 assists during their three-game sweep of Najin Shield. And of course, you compare that to Dada's 40 assists and 1.95 KDA in twice as many games in the group stage. You can see Cloud's been pretty freaking awesome. But the real star for OMG in the quarterfinals was actually their top laner, Going. Led by his incredible 24 kills in 3 games, OMG looked more unstoppable than a Malphite ultimate on their way to advancing into the World semifinal for the first time in team history.
Yeah, all right, guys. Now that we've recapped how the teams got here, let's take a look at how they need to do one more step to move into the finals. Doublelift, which lane are you going to be looking at and watching on Sunday?
Oh, man, you have to watch the top lane because I feel like that's the biggest discrepancy. Kola really struggled against EDG. You saw that the 2 games they lost to EDG, actually, Kola just got crushed straight up by Korra, 1v1. There was jungle pressure, yes, but Kola just crumbled under pressure, where Going seems to be the best top laner in the whole tournament so far. So there's just such a big difference there. I hope Kola can step up.
And what matters to me as well is throughout this tournament, we have the sort of perceived power of the player and how they're actually performing at Worlds. Because if you think back to just the regional qualifier, actually, Kola did fine against Going. He actually solo killed him in Game 2 in the top lane. So if they play like that, then Royal Club are fine. If Kola keeps playing like he was in the quarters, then it's a very different animal.
However, like what I want to look in particular for that matchup is the Rise pick or ban, because Going showed how smart he is in that pick, and I don't want him to see that ever again. Same side on bottom lane, I don't want people to get Janna every game because Janna has such an incredible win rate right now. If you look at the bottom lane even more and just like in a broad kind of spectrum, San and Cloud have been doing well, and I don't think they'll lose their lane as hard against Uzi and his support as hard as they did in the last series. So that's definitely, if that matchup stays even, OMG has a real shot at taking it serious.
Yeah, for me, I would like to look at the jungle right here because Insec and Loveling, we have seen just Insec has been consistently a playmaker for Starhorn Royal Club throughout Worlds so far. And he stepped up big on that Lee Sin and Rengar. But in the quarterfinals, Loveling, who had kind of an inconsistent group stage, was just there all 3 games, and he played that Rengar. He did great on it, made a lot of plays on that Lee Sin. And for me, you know, we've got these big carries on these teams. We have Going up in the top lane. We've got Uzi down in the bottom lane. Who can get their big carry rolling early? And now that we've seen both players play these very high-pressure jungle champions, it's going to be who gets those and who can make those plays.
Doublelift, I've got a question for you. Both of these Chinese squads overperformed in the quarterfinals, I think surprising most people.
Yeah.
Is this a risk that it was showing up on the day, or have these teams leveled up their game and going to bring that into the semifinals?
I think both of them leveled up their game a bit. Honestly, I don't want to downplay OMG's 3-0 sweep, but Najin Shield really underperformed in that quarterfinals, so I think there might be some sort of overestimation of OMG's power. Starhorn Royal Club versus CDG was a lot more even, and actually their mental game seemed to be kind of broken after Game 4, but the fact that they managed to bounce back and win Game 5 is a miracle.
Well, we'll have to see how they perform in their semi-final series. Before these to the test once more, as we are going to be talking about the predictions. Freak, you correctly predicted OMG last time, so I'll start with you. Who's going to be your winner and why?
Yeah, so I do think it's going to be OMG. I think they just look completely on form right now. I think that is something that sticks throughout the tournament. If you start playing well, I think you continue to play well. OMG, the score, I'm going to guess is a 3-1 for what that's worth. I just think they are the stronger team right now.
I think last series definitely showed that OMG was on the rise. And however, their opponents also played well. However, it'll be a tight series. It'll be close, but I think OMG will take this 3-2.
OMG, double lift.
I'm gonna go a bit against the grain here and go with Royal Club. Not only am I a big fan of Uzi, but I think people overestimate OMG a little bit because they sweep Najin. Honestly, I think Najin just played really poorly in that series. Starhorn Royal Club, I think, has a lot of room to grow.
Final thoughts, Monte Cristo.
Well, I'm going to go for it here. Got my OMG jersey. I'm going for that big OMG win, 3-2. I mean, this is a team that has looked very good and looks like they're on the rise. Cloud seems to have really rejuvenated this roster. Sure, I'd like to see him play some more champions, but I know he's a great Thresh player, too, from watching the LPL. And I think that they're going to come out and perform. And I know, Peter, you love teams that just play around the AD carry, but, buddy, there's more to League of Legends than that, and you're going to see it.
You know, Monte Cristo, I see you brought your OMG shirt all the way here. Exactly how long will you be wearing that at this tournament?
One semifinal match before they get rocked by Samsung.
Well, good to know, good to know. We'll see if they are going to be victorious. It won't be long until we find out whose predictions will come true.